All right. Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is You Made Roscoe. I am he. I'm here with my guest, Sha'Shay Neve. I'm also here with my partner in crime, OG Zo. And today we're actually back for a part two to an episode that we already did that was titled Are People Too Sensitive? Are we too sensitive in today's society right now? And we already covered like a few points already. We discussed sensitivity, the way it's being handled, just generally in relationships, in business, in the music business. I know that Sha'Shay, she actually touched on some real good points in the last show that we had concerning that. We all over the place with it. So I'm gonna just open up the flow. But first I want to ask that everybody like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bells, do all that stuff. And just show your love, for all us, because we like putting this out here for y'all, the content. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, are we being too sensitive out here in today's society? We talked about how comedy, we know that today in cancel culture, the comedians, they've been going through it because of just a lot of the Karens in the world, and a lot of the whether it be the gay community or whoever that has something negative to say about these people. When in my estimation, I've always looked at comedy as the one place where it was kind of a anything goes section. Like comedians, like for as far and as long as I've been alive and I've been aware of comedy, like they've touched on and like made fun of everything down to death. You know what I mean? Like we made fun.
Right, yeah, like laugh to keep from crying.
Right. We made fun of dead people. So let's not act brand new in this society. And that's the thing that's been tripping me out, is like for all of the times in society when we was able to joke on that level, and y'all was bringing up some points in the last show on how now we not able to do some of that. What would Patrice say, as Zoe was saying, and what would Bernie say, as Sha'Shay was saying, but yeah, we live in this. I just want to get y'all points again on just some of that to elaborate on some of the stuff that we did in the last show. So Sha'Shay, you the lady here, I'm gonna let you go ahead and uncock your gun now and let you
like, hold up, wait a minute.
So you could go ahead and start doing your thing. But you can go ahead.
For real though. But I was like, okay, thank you for letting me have a flow.
Yes,
no, but no, like right, like we were saying, what would Bernie Mac say? How and they done cancel Monique. What I was really gonna say about Dave Chappelle, like when you go to a Dave Chappelle show, he gonna talk about everybody in the crowd, or to pick somebody out. You know what I'm saying? And everybody gonna have. Back in the day, we used to have a good time with that, laughing, crying, tears, because it was just so hilarious. And just at that moment, so we all drinking and boozing and smoking. Like we can't have one true moment of laughter without it being ridiculed by the masses and the LGBT community. I have been bisexual and everything, all kind of stuff before. But it's just like they taking so much stride on the LGBT. You can't say gay. You can't say nothing about a transgender or anything like in a lieu of like Richard Pryor. It's comedy. It's comedy. We're supposed to be laughing and having jokes. What will we have? What are we supposed to laugh at? Now let's come comedians like, where's my creativity? How can you be creative when you have so many boundaries set?
So what you got to say about that?
So many boundaries.
We can't hear you, Zoe.
Well, that's the thing, is like even people like Dave Chappelle have said that there's not going to be another him, or there's not going to be another Jerry Seinfeld. There's not going to be another like great comedian because there's no venue for actual creativity. I mean, comedy and music unites us all. If it ain't funny to you, then move on to the next, or don't laugh at it. You don't have to agree with everything that somebody, like, people rarely agree with everything that somebody says. So you might get offended at one joke, okay, but I bet you might laugh at the next three, or you might just choose to leave. That's your choice. But that's just like it's your choice to leave, it's that person's choice to be able to tell that joke. Comedy shouldn't even be restricted. It should be pretty much like you have to be outside the box to be a comedian.
No, but
so you're kind of like restricting so much to a person that should be almost limitless, because there's a joke in everything.
That's true. That's true. No, I agree with that. There is, and comedians, they always see they see the stuff that we don't see. You know what I mean? I always look at comedians as they got a different kind of depth perception when it comes to looking at stuff, because they always it would, like, when you hear the routines and you be like, man, like, what made you think about making jokes about like your shoestrings, whatever it may be, but it may be like something you ain't even thinking of, and it's like, but yeah, just going back to the cancel part of all this, which is again something that I hope we get away from. I hope people get more tough skin and realize that especially being that we live in the country that we live in. You know what I mean? I always wonder about, like, when they talk about us having the freedom of speech and all that, we supposed to have that freedom, right? And you'll have people screaming for that all day, but when we try to exercise that freedom,
we ain't going to until you nip it in the butt, man. Otherwise, it's just gonna keep on being a circle. Like right now, it's the participation fucking generation, man. It's that syndrome where everybody just you got a token just for showing up. Here's a ribbon.
Everybody being followers.
Here's a ribbon. Nobody got shamed because they didn't make this or they didn't make that. Like, you need, man, that shit builds character. You have to lose to appreciate winning. That's the
win.
Yeah. Otherwise, it doesn't mean shit.
No, I agree.
And you're not going to win every day. Jordan didn't win every day, and he's still seen as the greatest.
Right.
So.
You sure didn't.
Yeah. No, I just.
Right. And that goes with.
But people only remember when you win, not when you fall. Or they only remember when you fall too. And they forget the little shit. So you're in a weird paradigm.
Yeah. What you gonna say?
Like, what can we have? But I wanted to touch bases on this one thing, because nobody ever talked about the further investigation on what happened at the Travis Scott concert with the liability, and what we talking about, what was really happening. Did they look into what was going on? Why were so many people asking for help? Why, because we was talking about, what I wanted to talk about was, when you go into these events and stuff like that, you have to start checking the people, because like people who serving the food, people who doing other stuff, because everybody else around them might have ulterior motives to start something like charade or something like that. Because what was these people getting injected? They said certain people, they went to try to come and clean the story up, but they said some people was getting injected with some odd substance and stuff like that. So many people calling out for help. What was it? What was in the air? What was being spreaded around? Was it a biochemical attack? What's happening with the other people that was there who couldn't breathe? You know what I'm saying? How could you say that Travis Scott was responsible for this event when it could have been any other people around? What demon energy and stuff is very real. We can't say that energy and stuff is a real thing. Spiritual stuff is really real.
Yeah. And there was a lot of signs, though. There was a lot of signs that were iffy. Like the very entrance of the whole arena was depicted on what was it? It was the Mouth of Hell.
What did you say he had on this
That's
this
what it
shirt?
was. It was going into the pit of hell.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he had something crazy on this
but
shirt.
then he had on his shirt too. He had on a shirt. It was blue people, and they were walking through the little portal, and then on the other side they were red with little horns, and they were just stick figures. They were just running. There's a bunch of pictures out there. So I mean, yeah, you can.
No,
The stage from what I hear
Look, my
was
mouth is
one way
open,
in
like,
and one way
really?
out. And we
Oh, they-
and the way it was set up, the VIP was a way where everybody was trying to get into it, and it was highly constricted. I don't know. I don't know about the people that got injected because I heard about it, but then I didn't hear nothing else.
The
About
height
it.
of the sensitivity.
Mhm.
Right, because they shut it up. Then they try to say something else like, oh, that person lied, or they said that somebody got injected, but that ain't really what happened. But they were so sincere about it in the beginning. And so many people having these convulsions and going through these things, it was something in the elements, I believe, that it was something else. With the sensitivity, on the mark of the sensitivity that I wanted to touch was that, you know what I'm saying, we have been programmed to believe so many things, you know what I'm saying? And we might have been painted in the picture about it beside of what we seen when he got all these images and stuff around and stuff like that. And the spirituality is real. And this is a time where a lot of people is waking up and people being woke and stuff like that. So they want to water down the wokeness and stuff like that and want to put it on satanic and all this kind of stuff because they want us to believe that the voodoo and all this kind of stuff is supposed to be in the bad culture and all this kind of stuff. So they want to put a capitalize on that and keep that momentum going. And frame, I feel like they wanted to frame Travis Scott because he does portray that character of piss of hell and walking all this extra stuff. He do that, but I'm saying in a government way that they did something to make it look like they was gonna make him suffer because he with a white woman, he with a Kardashian of the whole all this extra stuff.
Oh,
And he entitled
She's
to all
Armenian.
this money and everything
She's
else. They got to
Armenian.
figure out how to
She's
take
not even
away
white.
this
She's
man's
Armenian.
power.
I hear conspiracy.
Okay.
No, but that no, I
Here
mean,
we are.
no, and that see, this the thing.
But
that's
that's
no, I
where
just
it
want to
goes.
bring up something that you actually was talking about like playing with the like the type of energy that was surrounding that place because of all of the imagery that was going on there with the upside down crosses, or if it was stuff like that was hanging around. Now you playing with a different type of energy, as
Yeah,
you were
that's what the
saying.
stage was shaped.
Now you're playing with a different type of energy, and you got other people, entities being involved in that who might have real satanic intentions. This is just publicity. This is the stage that he poured. This is what they got him doing. He's sold by a record label. This is his image that he's portraying. What they got him millions of dollars.
He's still,
but
that's why he's the poster
out
boy.
here working really on the spiritual realm.
That's why he's the
real.
poster boy. But that's why he's in his
exactly.
position. That's why he's in that position,
And
so he can take care of that when it's taken care of. He apologized about it. He paid for the funerals. He did what he needed to do on social media. Like, man, I don't know. It's crazy. It's not that simple, but it is.
But whose
simple.
order was it? Was it really Travis's?
No, but he has to pay for it because it was his event.
Whose order was it? Was it Travis's?
Hey,
we can't have a.
But you can own a venue, and if you're owning a venue, and if that person is big, they're bringing in all their own people. They're hiring all that staff to take care of that event. You don't have to do shit. But if something goes wrong, like that's that person that came in and got this. That's him. He threw this event.
Yeah. No, that's
his record label or whatever. Like that's him.
No, that's the unfortunate thing about all this is like even if he wasn't the one that physically like did harm to the people, like I was saying beforehand, he created pretty much the atmosphere that put all these people in harm's way and got all these people killed. So
it wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for him. They
were
at his concert.
Well, you could say that because Johnson and Johnson is a brand, but they got that powder that gave everybody ovarian cancer or something like that. So they can't put can't put directly on the manufacturer, the main person of Johnson and Johnson, but they sue the organization. Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah, no, it's the same type of thing. It's almost like if
Johnson got that new thing that doesn't work so well too.
No, what you were saying, so?
I said Johnson & Johnson got that new thing that doesn't work so well too.
We ain't gonna talk about that though. We're gonna talk about that new thing that don't work.
Well, yeah, no, but with that in thought, you know, I'm gonna think like, hey, it could have been a reaction.
I see Sha'Shay sipping her tea down there.
Okay. Okay, I'm like 16.
Right. I see you. You know, but yeah, no.
I will not.
Hey, talking about sensitive, that's a sensitive subject right there. You know.
Well, I got on people's nerves.
Is it or is it not?
You know, tread lightly, brother. Tread lightly.
And we can go into that because AB, I don't know, AB suffering behind this whole thing. It ain't got nothing. I mean, I don't know Johnson, but on the topic of the subject, right. AB suffering right now behind this whole facade behind what the thing don't work so well about this COVID-19 and a car and a shot and all that. They want us to put our trust in this new wave thing that's causing all these new pandemics and situations and people having health issues and stuff like that. They want us to put our trust in this. And then if you don't follow by the rules, if you don't get the shit, they taking your bread and butter, your money, your everything, and you ain't no way around it.
You have to go get in a bread line to get some bread.
But they got Johnson and Johnson with the bad if. They gonna take your bread and butter.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, we're gonna be going to the bread truck.
They're gonna allow Johnson and Johnson to keep creating.
No, they fucking us around.
Johnson and Johnson got sued for ovarian cancer stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, but it's everywhere. I mean, the pharmaceutical company is booming right now. So I mean, look who funds everything that's on TV.
Yeah, the company that starts with a P, but I'm not gonna name it past that. You know what I mean?
Shoemiser. What I think it was, right?
Procter and Gamble.
No.
Shoemiser, Procter and Gamble, and Cincinnati, Ohio is a manifestation. Well, I'm like, we could talk about that. And Cincinnati, Ohio, that's the motherboard, the Procter and Gamble, where they, baby.
No, they probably is.
The industry, where they had
we gonna say allegedly.
To get that citizenship.
We gonna say allegedly because we ain't even got no money for them to come out.
Okay, right. But they be they can't even be like.
They gonna be mad they come out to me anyway. They gonna be like, we suing that show. Like, hey, Procter and Gamble, you can come try to get me if you want to. Ain't nothing over here. You know, that's why I need y'all support out there, YouTube world.
We're gonna put this one in our pocket.
So
we're gonna put this one in our pocket. When he makes it, we gonna pull it out like. Right, remember this?
Yeah. So as soon as I get it, it's gone. As soon as I get it, it's gone. You know, right. But no, this was a fun conversation, man. Like, but it was serious at the same time. I think that we can go a lot of places with this stuff. I think that we already in between the two shows, we touched on a lot of stuff that I think was very poignant stuff, very good ideas. I think what we, at the end of the day, because of what y'all said, we going through some real rough times right now. And like what you were saying, Sha'Shay, at the end, I think really what we need to come up with some solutions on how we gonna deal with this new reality. Because that's what we have to do is now we have to deal. We are in it.
With this new reality.
We are in it. You know, we people are thinking.
Can we say it's a new world order?
Yeah, we can pretty much say it. We can say that. I mean, this ain't the whole world.
We've been in it for a while though. People are just starting to come to realization that this is actually what real life is. Yeah.
No, this is what it is. You know,
it's really happening.
I want it just like everybody else out there. I want for the world to go back to what we thought of as normalcy before the end of 2019. But
Man,
I mean, well, the beginning of 2020, right? But
Damn.
but it really was starting in 19. You know what I mean? And
Man.
somewhere in that November time, that's when we was hearing all of the cases starting to kick up a little bit. The little articles that turned into big articles, you know. But
no, it was like it was like March 15th.
Man.
yeah,
Mhm.
no, I
February.
know that
It was
that's
like
starting in
February something.
2020, but you know, like I could remember. I
Yeah,
remember it
because
was
my kids got sick in 2019. My kids got sick, real sick in March of 2019.
yeah, no,
I think that's when the first batch of it really came out. They went to Chuck E. Cheese, and my kids was barking like real sick, like something different.
no, it could have been. It could have been, you
And
know.
it's crazy how the kids shaking and everything.
And that's what gets me so mad right now is all that, because now you're involving all the kids now. Like you don't even have to do all that.
I mean, depending on how little they are.
Right, now you want to get them the shot?
No, because we already have natural anyway. And as long as you don't have no serious ailments and you're like bedridden, you're pretty. If you can move, you can go. If you can go to get your mail, you're good. You don't have to, and you're not like over the age of whatever, 65, 70, I would think. But unless you have any medical ailments, you're good.
Well, you should be, man.
That's why kids are fine, because
No,
kids are dirty, man. That's how you get your immune system.
Yeah, as an immune system, man, your shit off the chain when you that little. Is you building up to all this craziness.
You're throwing shit away. You have so much of it. You're just throwing it off.
Hell yeah,
throwing shit away. Like, oh, that was
germs. Like get off me, germ. You know what I mean? You know,
taking them out.
No, these kids, they'll be all right. You know, like man, if we was back in the old days, shit, they'd be like, boy, your sick ass still going to school. I know that much. You know,
but kids' hands be the dirtiest, grimiest thing, man.
Oh yeah, you better take your sick ass to school.
Hey, so if kids are fine.
You know,
and the whole thing about it is, if it was popping like that, man, don't you think Skid Row would have been done?
Yeah. No, like those are the most exposed people, if nothing else. You know what I mean? The people, the homeless people, man, shit. So no, I think it is like, and we say this, I said this a lot. It's agendas to this shit, man, when it's all said and done. That's what I think. That's my thing. But of course, I'm talking about some made up thing that don't even exist.
Hell yeah. It's a mad thing.
You know, it's crazy, man.
It really is a mad thing. I'm telling you, that's what I've been talking. It's a mad thing. They tell you, and it's what you believe. It's what you believe. If you believe that them motherfuckers tell you got cancer, you believe you got cancer, then you got cancer. If them motherfuckers tell you it's a mad thing. You feel me? Once your mind start believing in some shit and it start setting on some shit, motherfuckers ain't going in there with nothing but the common cold for real. But they be like, oh, you got the COVID. Motherfuckers start hyperventilating and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because people was easily motherfucking tainted with shit. You can easily, they picking up shit so quick, like, and they think it's just like, oh, this is law, this is low. You know what I'm saying? They just grabbing shit, just being followers. You ain't got no true identity to yourself or anything like that. You ain't even making no decisions for yourself. They making all the decisions. There's no leaders. There's none of that. And they making well with it. They got the world trained to be like, shit, what we tell you was law. This is what's happening. And you be like, oh, I believe it. You know what I'm saying? But then can we go back to 1999? Because they told us that was the last motherfucking year ever that we was going to fucking live. And when that motherfucking ball dropped, we still out here 2022. These motherfuckers just wanted us to believe that. And then once it was over, it was like, shit, life's still going on. The world's still turning. Y'all can't tell us really shit. If we don't believe, I mean, I'm saying it's really what you believe.
Yeah, no, we've been through like,
and I feel like the most people got the most effect.
But that goes into everybody being so caught up in being materialistic and being caught up with all the smoke that's covering all these smoke and mirrors, because they're all just everybody's just looking for the newest shit to come out. They're blinded, and and that's the thing is, even the people that think they do, they don't. If you're not actually doing something to make it work in the future with it, you can't just do shit off a whim. You can't act off of emotion. You got to actually think of something that's going to be prosperous for a while at least. And then, but people don't think about that, and they're not actually doing anything for that matter. They're just talk, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Is everybody talks stuff, but it's like when people really need to, when push comes to shove, a lot of people don't live that life, or they don't even try to reach out to anybody and help them. It's all for themselves.
Real out
Ready to do no work or none of that.
Yeah.
It's every man for himself. And you know what? I had dated this African one time, and we were sitting at the table. They prepared the food, and they put the whole food all on the table and everything, and they getting ready to eat. And me and my friends grabbed us a plate, and they got upset like, "You're selfish. You're spoiled. You're just every man for himself. You know what I'm saying? We want to eat together on the table. We all pick out. You know what I'm saying? We eat together as a unified family. You want a plate. You know what I'm saying? Like every man for himself. You don't care about what the next person got because you want to put this all on your plate and this is yours. You ain't trying to share nothing. Or you ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, grow nothing, or, you know what I'm saying, be a part of the culture, be a part of the greater good or anything. You ready to be like, this mine.
Yeah.
It's for me.
Yeah.
And you can't get shit, bitch, back up. You put your food on my hand, on my plate, I'ma stab it.
Oh, motherfuckers be like that, man. We talked about that when people go when they've been through stuff, when people been traumatized and stuff, they tend to like just take stuff and want to hold that ownership to themselves. You know what I mean? So anything that's theirs is theirs. It's not. This ain't for the community. Mm-hmm. This ain't community nothing. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, people get like that. So I think it's a lot of trauma and a lot of hurt that's behind these people when they react into situations like that. But that's just me. That's just how I feel about it. But so what you got to say?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should be able to own something that you can call yours. I do want some personal shit. Like I do want a plate. I'm sorry. No, but that's what I'm saying though.
Plate, G,
that's where I differ though, because it's like I can't. Yeah, I can't.
But you don't have a plate though. You know how we rock. You know what I mean? Like we.
Yeah. Like, no, that's what I'm saying. Because I don't like sauce all over shit. I don't like.
But you make sure,
shit I don't
like
eat.
You be making sure good.
You pick and choose what I want.
Just like I'm making sure you good. You know what I mean? So that's how that's gonna go. Zoe be bringing me plates when I'm on his crib, and he acting like he like, nah, this my plate. This my plate.
Hey, I got my plate. I got my special plate now.
I don't need a plate. I need my personal shit. Fuck that.
Oh, we're tired, man. I'm gonna put you on blast, man. We're tired.
You need something to. She's making my plate.
That's what's up, man.
Now that you speak of it.
Okay.
Like as we speak, she's making the plate. No, that's
like she's making my plate right now.
No, that's what's up, man. I'm glad you got somebody to make.
Oh, me, that's mine. Yeah. Like now, put it all in the middle of the table. I know, right? That's love.
Hey, right. But I guess we gonna end up wrapping this up. We got a little bit of time, but I'm gonna end up shutting this down. I just want to remind everybody, like I did at the beginning, to like, comment, subscribe. Just because I have to, you could do what you want to. I feel like these are good enough shows that you should want to like kind of watch what we doing. Because we got some entertaining people, like Zoe be having good stuff for you. We got Sha'Shay Neve is part of the team now.
Okay.
Like we got colorful characters down here, So yeah, just come in and join in. You can get in the comments. Yeah, you could say you can actually come in and join in on some of the shows, and get your 2 cents on any commentary that we happen to be going over. So all that's available. So yeah, come to You Made Roscoe on YouTube. go to You Made Roscoe on Facebook. Join in on all that stuff. And y'all got any last words before we get up out of here, man? Any shout outs, any of that?
And stop being so sensitive.
These motherfuckers need to shell. Get a hard shell.
They just need a little thicker skin, man. They need to be roasted so they,
Okay,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Or they need their ass beat, you know, one or the other.
What about
There's
you?
some people that walk around here and need their ass beat and just don't know.
Better get a good old ass whooping, old fashioned ass whooping, baby.
No, they scared of them. They don't want none of them no more. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
man. I'll give you a beer afterwards, man.
Right. These timeout kids.
Okay, ain't that a shame? That's a whole nother conversation.
For real. I'll give you a beer
Man,
otherwise.
what? Like, you ain't gonna go get in the street?
Yeah.
What? Used to be some of the most fun recreation. Okay? Like, now, let's go smoke. Let's go to the store and get 10 bags of motherfucking Flame Hot, some hot pickles, and some juices and shit, and have a party.
Yeah. No, we used to get it in, man. These kids don't know nothing, man. But,
kicking it.
Yeah. No, I guess we said it all.
Get it
then,
in.
man. This was a good show. I guess we said all that we could say. You know, come in and to the next show, and we'll have some more for you. So, with that being said, deuces.
Deuces, man.